Shalom, Kol Haloyim La Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rachak Wadash. Double honors unto our apostles and elders at Great Millstone that rule well. Much peace and blessings to all you sincere Akim out there that's pushing this 100% truth. With all sincerity, faith, with charity, this is your brother Ash from Great Millstone, Miami Camp, coming back with another lesson through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shai. Alright? And I wanted to do a lesson on this article, okay, that you see right here. This is from Now This News, and it says, virus found in pig heart used in human transplant. Virus found in pig heart used in human transplant. Okay. Now, some of you brothers may have saw when this transplant was first done. You know, you had a few brothers do videos on it. I did a video on it. Okay. And we brought out through the scriptures how this is straight up witchcraft. This is straight up witchcraft. All right. Which all of Esau's science, which the word science just means knowledge. Okay. All his science is really witchcraft. And we brought out how this is just wrong on so many levels. And this is why the so-called white man Esau Edom has to go. He has to be put down. He has to be taken out of power. Because ultimately he wants to do away with the Most High. He wants to take everything that the Most High has done and invert it. Okay, and flip it and say that he's the Most High. Which, when you read the book of Genesis and you read about how the different creatures were made and how the earth was made, the plants, all right, the Lord said it was good, meaning it was perfect. It doesn't need to be changed or manipulated. But what does Esau do? He genetically modifies the plants. He goes and taps into the DNA sequences and does some Frankenstein shit, and then say he can make it better. That's high level pride and that's high level wickedness, man. And you're tapping into a realm that you don't really understand. But your pride, in your pride, you do it anyway. And there's going to be a judgment for that, man. Now, when this guy first got this heart transplant, they were praising him, praising it, the procedure, because it had never been done before. Okay, and I brought out how in the video, the lesson I did, that whenever you have people do transplants, even when human organs, it never lasts. Okay, you may be able to extend their life for a year or two, maybe some months, but it never lasts, because that's against the scriptures. That's against life. And how much more a damn animal heart? You really had a guy walking around on the earth with a damn pig heart, man, pumping blood through his body. You could only imagine the kind of demons he had on him before he passed away, right? And they were only able to extend his life for like another 40 days, something like that. A month, give or take a month or two. And on top of all that, when he died, they did an autopsy on him and found out the heart that they used had a damn virus. Okay, let's read a little bit of this article, and we'll go get the scriptures, man, because this is madness on so many levels. But this is praise. That's high level science and progressiveness in the medical field, progress in Esau's technology, and you got many people around the world praising this shit. And that's all part of Esau's transhumanist agenda. All right. But it says researchers trying to learn what killed the first person to receive a heart transplant from a pig they don't even fucking sound right, man. Have discovered the organ harbored an animal virus, but cannot yet say if it played any role in the man's death. Which, whether or not it did, that don't make it any better or worse. That's just wicked, man. But the fact that it did, that just goes to show you that you ain't supposed to be playing around with stuff like that. That's you know, witchcraft always backfires. It always backfires. And one thing you know about sorcery and witchcraft, voodoo, black magic, whatever you want to call it, because it's different forms of it. Don't get me wrong, you know, they do different things. They have different cultures within it. But at the end of the day, it's all the worship of Satan. All right? And as the scriptures say in the book of Job, speaking of the Most High, with him is strength and wisdom. The deceived and the deceiver are his. So, who's the ultimate deceiver? The spiritual demon Satan. Okay, but guess what? The spiritual demon Satan works for the Most High. So anybody that's worshiping Satan, that's delving into black magic and occultism and witchcraft, they really don't know what they're tapping into. They're really tapping in something that at the end is going to destroy themselves. That's why the Lord told us to stay away from that stuff, because it defiles your soul. All right? It always comes back on you. And that's what happened to this dude. All right? But it says let's read a little more. Researchers trying to learn what killed the first person. Oh, we already read that. Okay, a Maryland man, 57-year-old David Bennett Sr. died in March, 2 months after the groundbreaking experimental transplant. University of Maryland doctors said Thursday they found an unwelcome surprise: viral DNA inside the pig heart. They did not find signs that this bug called porcine cytomegalovirus was causing an active infection. But nevertheless, the virus was there, right? But a major worry about animal to human transplants is the risk that it could introduce new kinds of infections to people. You see that? So you go around tapping into shit you ain't got no business doing. You could fucking around and create a new virus that can wipe out millions of people. That's why you don't go fooling around with that stuff. That's part of that witchcraft backfiring. And this is just a sign. This is an omen of Esau's kingdom going down. His witchcraft is failing him. His knowledge and wisdom that he proclaims to have is failing, is backfiring. But in his pride, he's going to continue to go further, and which is going to ultimately lead to his own destruction. So that's it. We don't got to read more of this article. Let's just get some precepts. I didn't want to make this too long. This is Isaiah chapter 47. Let me just get to the point. All right. This is Isaiah chapter 47 and 8. Well, 7. And thou saidest, I shall be a lady forever. This is speaking of Babylon the Great. America. This is the spirit of these so-called American citizens, American Edomite citizens, and even 2/3 of our own people here in this wicked, evil place have adopted the mindset of these Edomites. Okay? So let's read a little bit. Isaiah 47:7. And thou saidest, I shall be a lady forever, so that thou didst not lay these things to thy heart. Meaning your mind. You didn't think about these things. You didn't think about the consequences for your actions. Going all the way back to you stealing this land from the tribe of Gad and Reuben. Okay, and putting them in slavery and committing genocide on them, then turning and grabbing Judah, Benjamin, and Levi up and bringing them over here and forcing them to build this place up for no wages, right? For, and slavery, and then put all types of hell on them on top of that, for it in the affliction, right? Neither did it remember the latter end of it. Right, that's the mind of you so-called white people here in America. You don't think about the consequences of your actions. You just do shit. Oh, let's his man's heart is going out. Instead of just saying let him die, right? Because every person dies. That's your time. When it's time to go, it's time to go, right? No, let's try to extend this. Let's take his heart out and put a pig heart in him. What's the... Like, there's no consequence that can come out of that. But these two things shall come to thee in a moment. In one day, the loss of children and widowhood, right? Because very soon America's going to be destroyed. All right, at the cusp of World War III. And there's not going to be any American citizens left. Every single soul here in Babylon the Great that isn't part of the elect of the nation of Israel is going to be completely wiped out. All right, they shall come upon thee in their perfection for the multitude. All right, for what? For the multitude of thy sorceries and for the great abundance of thine enchantments. Okay, heart transplants, especially those, even human to human organ transplants. That's total wickedness. But even fucking animal to human, how much more wicked is that? All right, that's straight up witchcraft. If you had a witch, right, an actual witch, an actual person that does sorcery, that comes in the whole witchcraft suit, the typical, with the hat and the robe, right, and the staff and all that, and they say I can extend your life. All you have to do is eat this pig heart. And they pray over the heart, do some weirdo shit. You would say, anybody would say, yeah, that's witchcraft. That's evil. I'm not gonna do that. But let somebody come to you in a lab coat with a clipboard and a stethoscope and say, yeah, we could cut your heart out and put a pig heart in it. That's science, though. That's high level knowledge right there. You see the mindset of these people, man? That's how Esau rose. They bring back old ancient witchcraft tactics. They mix it up a little bit and tell you it's science. Trust the science. Whose science, though? Verse 10, for thou hast trusted in thy wickedness. Thou hast said, none seeth me. Thy wisdom and thy knowledge, it have perverted thee. Right, your science. That's what the word science means, to know. Scientia. Okay? So Esau's science has perverted him. The Most High gave him knowledge, yeah, on a high level when it comes to wickedness. His technology, these cell phones, this car, everything he makes, yeah, it's high level knowledge. But at what cost? We have, in this society, we have to deal with a lot of these things, but it kills people. They're all the radiation, electromagnetic pollution, and air pollution, all type of shit. The microplastics every goddamn where. That's why when the kingdom of heaven is set up, we're going back to the ancient world, man. But it says, it hath perverted thee, and thou hast said in thine heart, I am, and none else beside me. Right, you think you the most high. You tapping into shit that you got no business tapping into. Why? Because you have a God complex. You think you could do things better than the way the Most High created it. And there's going to be a judgment for that. Oh, yes. You better believe it, man. 1,000 years of hardcore slavery and extermination. Okay, verse 11. Thou therefore shall evil come upon thee. Thou shalt not know from whence it riseth. And mischief shall fall upon thee. Thou shalt not be able to put it off. Okay? Right, you're not going to be able to stop what's getting ready to happen, man. When Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua takes down your kingdom, you're not going to be able to stop it. Okay? And desolation shall come upon thee suddenly, which thou shalt not know. When the missiles come, them ICBMs, you ain't going to be able to stop them missiles, man. You ain't going to be able to stop Yahushua rolling with the holy host and angels going to try to fight them. And you're going to get your ass miserably destroyed. Stand now with thy enchantments. Right. The Lord said, where's all this witchcraft and this sorcery, this high level knowledge you got, man? It's failing. Stand now with thine enchantments and with the multitude of thy sorceries, wherein thou hast labored from thy youth. If so be, thou shalt be able to profit. If so be, thou mayest prevail. And the Lord is being rhetorical, man. The Lord is being facetious. He's making mockery out of you devils. But yeah, you go in the comment section of this article we just brought out, and you're going to have a lot of people say, practice make perfect. You can keep getting it. Just keep trying. It'll work. This is still an advancement in technology and science. He was able to prolong his life. Well, let's see. You can keep on with your shit. Keep on with your witchcraft and shit. We're going to see how far it gets you, man. So, hey, that's just something I wanted to speak on through the spirit. There's more. This was a great chapter. All right. But with that, I want to say, call Haloim La Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shai Bahasham Hakodash. And double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Till the next time, Shalom.